Hi, my name is Magicov, and today I'm gonna start a new forever hardcore world. I will be playing on a set seed and traveling out to a location that I really like, and we are gonna be doing our starter base today. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't die. My goal right now, basically, I just need to get out of this area, because this area sucks. There's nothing here at all. I'm gonna stab some animals, and then I'm gonna make a boat and sail away. These new pigs, new goofy looking pigs. Let's dig into the ground. That's all we really need right now. And maybe I want to collect enough stone for a furnace too. That might be a good idea if we're traveling. Oh, there's coal. Perfect. One piece of coal. I don't think I've ever seen a coal vein that tiny. Pretty tiny. Get out of here. So yeah, so we got a lot to do today. I have a starter base to build. I've already made it in a different world. I know what I need. And I need lots of things. I need many enchantments. I need many blocks that I cannot get without enchantments, like Silk Touch. This should be fun. I don't know what I'm doing. I need a furnace. I haven't played survival in so long. Can I make that jump? Yeah. My goal for this world, by the way, is just to build. I don't really want to do like mega projects that are like rebuilding the solar system or anything like that. I just want to build towns, cities. I want to make a lore-filled world. I want to have a story to this world. Every structure I make, I'm going to try and create a story with it. 11 meat, probably enough to get me where I want to be, but I'm just going to scout around and see if there's any more pigs. I don't see any. I see like, why are there so many brown sheep over there? Eating our first pork chop. This is a world I've played on with a bunch of friends before, on a realm. And there's a location about 2,000 blocks out that's super nice. Lots of high mountains, valleys, rivers. And we're gonna try and get there right now. We need to head to 300 on X and 1,700 on Z. I'm gonna see if there's any cool things I can pick up along the way, like a shipwreck down there. Oh, we got the new bushes too. I definitely want to be building with those. It's funny, most games, people are like, ooh, new guns, new weapons, new quests, and I'm in Minecraft, you're like, ooh, a new bush variant. Sun's going down. Well, that's not ideal. I don't have a bed. We're just gonna travel through the night. I mean, there's no real point in making anything right now, like a bed. I don't have wool. Is there a chest? I don't see anything. There's a chest right there. Come on. Ooh. Some decent armor. I think this is better than my leather. I recognize this area. This is where we all lived. I might throw up some screenshots. This is where we all lived, right here. I had like a cherry house, and everyone built around here with me. It's weird seeing it empty. It's very weird. Like where that spider just spawned, I had sugarcane, and my house was right on the stony shore. But now there's nothing, and we are not sticking around here either. We are going to what just generated ahead of us. Some of the most beautiful cliffs and mountains I've ever seen in this game. There's a massive hole in the side of the mountain right there we can do something with. And there are the peaks. They are some of the tallest I've found. A buried treasure map. I don't think that's how that was supposed to work. I just created a fresh map. Firefly bush? I guess the water must have ruined them. Oh, there's more. And we are actually here now. I want to build right there. This little mound, because you just have river village on one side, mountains and valleys on the other. So this spot right here is where I want to build. So we need to find a way to sleep as soon as possible. There's some sheep up there. There's lots of fire. There's a few of them. Hello, friends. Thank you for your wool. So for now, I'm gonna make another crafting table and make a bed and just sleep up here because, you know, there's not much point in me not just moving my bed. We need to start getting ourselves situated, so let's just put the bed there. 2 crafting tables, because why not? Let's make a double chest. Well, we made it to the village. I don't care much about preserving it. Hi, I just called you a lesser being. Oops, he doesn't like that. There's a jungle over there, which is perfect because I need brown dye for my build, so we'll be heading over there shortly. The brewing stand in here, which I will steal. So this village is kind of weird. There's like no jobs. There's like one. I didn't even see a farm. Oh, that's freaky looking. I don't like that. That's like the Bedrock edition look. This might go down. I'm gonna make an iron pick. Yeah, this goes down. Let's head on down here. Let's see what we can find. Oh, there's Deep Dark. Yes, I remember there's an ancient city underneath these mountains. My friends and I had lots of fun, quote unquote, in there. I can see the ancient city from here. Did we go for it? I mean, I think we do. It might have Silk Touch. I don't remember what's in there loot-wise, but I think we go for it. I can navigate ancient cities pretty well. But, I mean, this cave entrance gave us enough iron for full armor, so I think I'm going to work on that first. Why is this so big? I just wanted a few pieces, but I'm going to mine the whole vein because coal is useful. Good lord, a stack and 11. Okay, got that. Let's make chest plate, helmet, leggings. The good thing about these biomes is that mobs don't spawn in them. I'm pretty sure I do not survive that fall, but I might survive this one. Barely. Oh my god. So you gotta be careful now. We're in here deep. That's what she said. In these places, I like to gather the wool, because you can break it without activating the skulk sensors. So we have a first chest here. Skulk sensor next to it. This one can probably be covered. If I cover it on all four sides and the top, it should be safe from detection. Is there any others? No, I think this chest is good. Curse of Vanishing, Unbreaking, Mending, a Notch Apple. First chest, a Notch Apple. Look at that. And it didn't even activate the skulk sensor. Candles. I need these for my base. So that is excellent. Think these are diamonds. Yeah, they are. Okay. Mine diamonds. Diamonds! Sweet! Shrieker, shrieker. Oh my god, please. This is already stressful enough. Diamond horse armor and a breaking 3 hoe. I will not take that. Swift sneak 3! Sweet. Damage on wool still activates the shrieker. I did not know that, actually. Other side. Efficiency 5. Silence! Ooh, that's like a 2% chance. Oh my god. This chest might be cooked. How many candles are here? Can I grab them? Are they safe? They are. Might be a big vein. It is a big vein. Very big vein. Full diamond already. Channeling. Ooh. Another Notch Apple. Let's go. Fire aspect. Swift sneak 3. Swift sneaks 3. Silk touch. Woohoo! I'm gonna slowly start making diamond tools now. I made everything already. Can get this mob head. More candles and the other armor trim that you can get from here. A third Notch Apple. I need to go. I've made a mistake. Guys, why is it so high here? The zombie's still following? Oh, there's more. I'm at Y47 and there's still Deep Dark down here. Oh, thank you. Oh, God. I almost looked at him. Where am I? Okay, I know where I am. Oh, my God. It's the surface. Wow, look. Mending, Swift Sneak. These boots. More Swift Sneak. More Swift Sneak. Efficiency 5. I'll put that here. Channeling. Silk Touch. That's a god pick right there, minus Unbreaking. 34 candles. Oh my god. Alright, so next up, what we gotta do is we gotta survey this land a bit more. All those other YouTubers are like, this is the best start I've ever had in Minecraft Hardcore. And then they just build a house. I have 3 Notch Apples. On day 4. Hey, okay. Oh my god! You bastard scared the crap out of me, and now I can't even kill you because you teleported away. Is that a phantom? I forgot about these guys. I just need enough saplings for a tall spruce tree. Maybe a couple of them. Trident guy. Can I get a trident? Right now. Well, I know what my mending's going on now. The first guy I kill. Actually, what I can do is do this. Channeling Trident. So I need to go to the Nether. That's what I need to do. But how do I get there? Well, we got the obsidian we need. Plenty of it. Well, that took a while, but we got all the obsidian I need. I decided to get 22. No! Ah. Skeleton knocked me back into him. And now there's a creeper hole. Hopefully my nether spawn is good. And it's terrible. My main goal coming to the nether was mainly just for XP in the early game. I eventually found my way into the bastion, and it was one of those golden statue ones. I continued searching through the nether looking for quartz for XP, but my spawn was so horrendous that it was hard to find any veins. And this gas just spawned right in my face, but I dealt with it quickly. And then here I nearly die. But to my surprise, I actually persevered until I got level 30 and left. I quickly gathered all the books I got from the ancient city and all the leather and sugarcane I had, having to quickly go out on an adventure to find some more. And once I was done, I began constructing my enchanting table, a temporary setup until my home is done. I enchanted my first pick with Fortune 3, but sadly it was just Fortune 3. I was really hoping for efficiency because in the early game, I kind of just needed resources like cobblestone and stuff, and I just wanted to mine them quickly. But thankfully, in the ancient city, I found an efficiency book, a mending book, and a silk touch book. I did return back to the nether to get more levels, but I ended up just enchanting this bad pickaxe with efficiency 1. I don't really know why I did this. It would cost 11 levels to put this new book on my pick, so I returned to the nether to just get a few more levels from the nearby quartz. And finally, I had myself a pickaxe that would get me through the early game. And having Silk Touch was super important, because if you look at this material list for this build, I need lots of stone and lots of candles, both of which you can only really get with Silk Touch, easily at least. I managed to collect 34 candles from the ancient city, but it wasn't enough. To keep myself organized, I set up a couple of chests with all the materials that I would need, such as smooth stone, like I mentioned, stone bricks, spruce wood, which was really annoying without an enchanted axe, that would have to change soon, stripped spruce wood, gravel, and the big one was tough. The entire roof was made out of tough slabs, and I needed over 1,000 of them. I am so glad I made this pickaxe, holy crap. While mining at the tuff, I actually found a geode, which is pretty useful for the future. I also needed regular cobblestone, so I enchanted a regular efficiency 1 diamond pickaxe to just get some of that. And while I was down here, I picked up some andesite as well. My chests were starting to fill up, but I would need way more things than just this. The process of gathering materials in the early game is very, very annoying. It took me actual hours to get all these materials. And mainly it was because they were just so miscellaneous, and some of them were rare too. But as I was going on my way, this happened. I don't think this has ever happened to me before. One of the most annoying materials to get was stripped oak logs. I needed 11 stacks of them. And you can't really make giant oak trees like the 2x2s or anything like that so you had to slowly cut down one tree at a time, which only gave you like 6 or 4 each time. Just getting the oak wood alone took me over an hour. Now it was time for more miscellaneous things like spruce stairs. I needed a ton of those too. Oh, also, I don't remember when this happened, but I managed to capture a zombie villager. And just like that, I crafted 8 stacks of spruce trapdoors. My tools were starting to take a beating too. Look at my axe durability. And I had to get more oak stuff, including oak stairs. And at this point, I think you get the gist. It's lots of materials, so let's fast forward to a few more interesting things that happened. I knew that my villager would be very useful to me in the future, so I wanted to get him cured right away. I began making a little tunnel all the way to the Nether fortress. I do some risky shit when I play this game, but this is probably one of the riskier things I've done. I would have had to eat one of my golden apples if I had fallen in the lava, and if I had missed and hit the land, I did not have feather falling. But slowly, we dug our way there, and once I got there, I immediately started hunting for blazes, because if I wanted to cure my villager, I needed blaze powder. I collected a nether wart for future use, found blazes. There was quite a few of them, but thankfully I managed to snag one blaze rod and then just get the hell out of there. I didn't need to get all the blaze rods right now. I needed for like the end or anything. That could come later. I'm in no rush in this world. Some damn mob spawned on my bridge, which was annoying. But then I realized I didn't actually have spider eyes, so I couldn't really make the fermented spider eye for a weakness potion. And by the time I got back out, the sun was rising, so I would have to wait until the next night. On my way back, though, I saw another zombie villager chilling on a tree. Since the sun was just about to rise, I knew I had to get him in a boat as soon as possible. I don't think I've ever been that lucky to get 2 infected villagers right at the start like this. And now it was time for an adventure, because some of the other materials I needed, I couldn't just get locally, like dark oak wood and cactuses and stuff. Along the way, I used flint and steel to get some cooked food. My journeys took me deep into the night, and I kept on looking for a dark oak forest where I thought I remembered one being when we played on the realm, but I was going in the complete opposite direction. I just didn't realize it. I did find some shipwrecks though, which gave me more iron, and this buried treasure map, which was very sketch to get, but I managed to make a little foot trap for the skeletons that came down. And it gave me diamonds, so it was worth it. Eventually, I began to backtrack the way I came, following the coastline, hoping I would get lucky with a dark oak forest. And eventually, I did. And oh my god, this land is absolutely incredible. If I hadn't been living at those mountains, I probably would have lived here. But I got my dark oak, and I was waiting for just a couple of saplings to drop. On the way back, I made use of my silk touch to collect the beehives, because in order to make all the candles I would need, I needed beehives. On my way back, I found a mushroom island, which was really cool. I knew this was here, but I had completely forgotten about it from our time on the realm. Seeing it again was a pleasant sight. Although, seeing it with all the mushroom stems still there was a weirder sight, because on the realm we kind of robbed all those for houses. I made my way into a flower forest, collecting even more beehives on the way back, and by day 26 I had arrived back home. Even still, I only had about half of the materials I needed. My next mission was to try and get a spider eye. I found a cave, but no luck. So, until night fell, I just chopped down some dark oak trees, because I needed some dark oak wood. When night fell, I went hunting for spiders again, and this guy gave it to me. Nearly got blown up by a creeper, but I got there first. Once the potion was brewed, I had to sit here and wait for both of them to be cured, because since they were in the same boat, if I went on the sight of any of the zombies, they would kill one another. But finally, they were both cured. I didn't make use of them in this video, but in the next episode, we're gonna make heavy use of them, so you might want to stick around for that. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I had found an abandoned mineshaft while hunting for my andesite, oddly enough, so I headed down there for some string, because in order to get some candles, you needed honeycombs and string, and this was the quickest way I knew how to get string early game. I ended up finding a cave spider spawner, which actually hurt me quite a bit. I forgot how dangerous these guys are. In hindsight, I should have left the spawner here, because if I needed string, this would have been useful to farm, but I kind of panicked and broke it, and I didn't find any others in here, so at least this area gave me quite a bit of string. Now I began getting the materials to make a honey farm, or more specifically, a honeycomb farm. The big thing was dispensers. I hadn't collected any redstone yet, or if I had, I had thrown it out, so I had to go back down into the mines in order to find some. I was pretty sure I had left some where I was mining my tuff, so I headed back down there. And while it wasn't immediately obvious, I did get to use my fortune pickaxe on some gold, so that was fun. And I ended up actually going on a new caving adventure, because this cave was just too massive to ignore. And I needed some redstone, so it was useful. But what ended up happening, actually, is I found an underwater cave and used some doors to get some diamonds. If you don't know, underwater caves are some of the best ways to get diamonds easily, because in the newer updates, diamonds will not spawn if they're touching air, but water, Minecraft thinks it's a full block, so it still puts them there. It's pretty OP. Ended up leaving there with over 50 diamonds, so that was pretty nice, and with enough redstone to complete my farm. It's a very simple farm. I just needed comparators, hoppers, dispensers, some glass, and some redstone. And of course, you know, the beehives. I made the farm in a temporary location on top of this hill. I might keep it here. I don't really know what to do with it. I don't really know where to put it. I might have an area for farms in the future. Let me know what you think. What should I do with automated farms in this world? I was about to place the beehives, but then I realized I still needed shears for each of the dispensers in order to get the honeycombs, and I didn't have enough iron, so I just went and looked for some surface iron. I climbed up to the top of this mountain, and I have a feeling that this mountain will be a high point of interest in the next episode. But finally, the farm was up and running. It was slow, but it was up and running. And the good thing about building it early was that I could just get passive honeycombs. Another big thing was wool. I didn't have a wool farm, obviously, so I just went around the world shearing some little sheep. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I began focusing on the most random things first and then getting the bulk materials later because I figured that would be quicker. I don't really know if it was, but, you know, having a single lightning rod as a plunger is a choice I definitely made. By the time day 39 arrived, I know this is taking forever, I began a mission to look for a swamp, specifically a mangrove swamp, and a desert. I actually had no information about where these two biomes were from the time on the realm, so this was a completely blind hunt. I did find a regular swamp, but, you know, no mangrove, so kind of useless. Except, I did find a slime, so at least I can make sticky pistons if I need them. I knew I was in the wrong place entirely when I found an iceberg biome, but, you know, I need to look for warm biomes, and I'm in just literally the coldest one. I found myself back at the spruce and dark oak place, meaning I was just going in a massive circle. I found a cool shattered savanna, which told me I was getting close to warmer biomes, and finally, after many days of searching, I found a mangrove. Now, I still needed to find a desert. I found an acacia village, which brought me deeper into the mangrove swamp, and I was collecting more and more saplings, when suddenly, I found a desert in the middle of it. I don't think I've ever been this lucky with finding a desert. The reason I was here was cactuses. I needed green dye because I was using lots of green wool in my build. And so for the rest of that night, I just went around this desert collecting as much cactus as I could. And by day 41, I was heading back home. It feels like I'm recording a 100 days video, except it's just 100 days building one house. I found another mushroom island on the way back. I think it's another one. This might be the same one, but I don't think so. And on my way back, I just collected a quick stack of sand because I knew that I wanted to create a cactus farm back home. I made a temporary thing just out in the middle of nowhere. And then I began harvesting the mangrove wood. I decided to burn this tree down, but it got a little bit too close to my spruce tree, so I had to go up and actually fight the fire that I had created. Because I'm dumb. But I then had all the mangrove materials I needed for the build, so that was good. Slowly but surely, we were getting all the materials we needed. But by now, I had 4 double chests of different things. And wool was still an issue, as was cactus. Multiple hunts were made for wool. I don't quite know when it happened, but a wandering trader arrived and I traded him some emeralds for some pale oak logs, which will be useful in the future. Not necessarily for this build though. Kinda wish he had given me the saplings though, the jerk. I expanded my cactus farm a little bit, but I knew the setup wouldn't be able to last forever. And so, actually right after that, I began working on a new cactus farm, an automatic one. I put it in the side of the little hill next to the bee farm. It was just a small thing, something that would passively give me cactus while I got my other materials. And thankfully I had lots of experience building cactus farms. I made another stop to the Nether for levels, killed the ghast, and I left the Nether with level 30, and for some reason there was an arrow in the portal. My goal was to get another efficiency pickaxe, this one for mining cobblestone stuff. Thankfully, I got it, but it had silk touch. But I decided to combine my 2 picks together, my fortune one and the silk touch one, and it got rid of the silk touch and gave it efficiency 4 and fortune 3. This cactus farm kind of sucks. I might need to expand it. The amount of materials I had for this build was insane. Eventually, I decided to expand the farm just by adding 1 extra level. It's a temporary thing. I'll get rid of it in the future. Finally, by day 54, I was ready to finally start building. The first thing I had to do was get rid of the little temporary trees around the area and dig out the area that I was going to be building in. Now, we can give my voice a rest and just let you guys watch a time lapse. And finally, it's done. My house is complete. My starter home. It didn't take as long as I thought to finish it. It definitely didn't take as long as it took to get the materials, but let's give y'all a little bit of a tour. This is the main entrance. Looks pretty nice in here, I think. Got some bookshelves over there, a table there, staircase in the middle. There's some rooms down here. This is just for decoration. A bathroom. Through these doors is my kitchen, with lots of furnaces in the wall. Over this way, we have ourselves a little boat launch, so I can go on adventures right from these docks. As you can see, the village is over there. Upstairs, we have my main storage room. I have lots of stuff gathered from building this damn home. Workstations over there, an incomplete enchanting setup here. I had to use my bookshelves elsewhere, I need more. Through this way, we have our first bedroom. This is sort of like the guest bedroom. And at the far end, we have the master bedroom. This is where I will be sleeping. I have an ender chest in the corner, and it's just a nice room with its own fire pit. And if you guys are wondering what this build is inspired by, this is actually the Banther Lodge from the show The Dragon Prince. I am absolutely in love with the show, and I knew that for a survival home, I wanted to have this. Next episode, we'll be dealing with these two guys. This was probably one of my best starts to hardcore I've ever had. And if you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. But that's all from me for now. Take care and have a good day.